New trailers,
I was live streaming.
Play footage, and our first looks at what next gen holds for the future.
I'm gonna check and see.
Today,
On air, there we go. Hope you guys have come. This is the IGN Expo. It is going to be insane. You see a game right there that I'm really gonna be excited for seeing. This one looks a little weird. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm doing this for the whole entire thing that IGN's doing. I'm gonna be doing the thing on the 11th. This is day 1 of the expo. This is gonna be awesome.
Peggy 18.
Here we go. Whoa. What's this? I think I know what it is, but I'm not too sure. Okay. Come and check me out. Dragon Candy HD. Share this with all kinds of other people. If you're watching, of course. Go tell people. Dragon Candy HD's live streaming. Again. Haven't done it in a long time. This looks really cool, whatever it is. Nice leaf. I like the red. Ooh. Was that blood? Everything's dying. Okay. That's freaky. He's hurting. What the heck? Is he transforming into something? Okay, everything's frozen. That is freaky. But this looks really, really cool. Wolves, so I'm guessing this is a werewolf game. It's got some real next-gen graphics. Oh, that's just gross. Well, you really... Yeah, it is definitely a werewolf. I think I remember this game. Oh, this looks nuts. It looks super cool. More Nikon July 7th. Okay. Cool, I want to see more of that.
You just watched the trailer for Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood, which you can currently wishlist on Epic Games Store. Go check it out and stay tuned into updates by following Werewolf Apocalypse on social media or joining the official Earthblood Discord.
Welcome to IGN Expo #1, our own Summer of Gaming showcase packed with exclusive trailers, brand new gameplay, developer interviews, and a whole lot of other buzzwords I think I already said in that sizzle reel at the top. I'm Max Scoville, and I'm here with Sydney Goodman and Brian Altano, and apologies if you don't like our faces because you are going to be seeing a lot of them, and also, we can't do anything about them.
But what we can do about those faces, and
funny.
with those faces, is use them to tell you that this is just the first of 4 epic IGN Expos that we have planned, so make sure to check back for regular updates on the latest in gaming. You can watch us wherever you stream IGN, or live on your TVs by tuning in to IGN 1 on your Samsung TV Plus.
Okay.
Additionally, all summer of gaming long, IGN is asking you to give to the World Health Organization and the BAIL Project. The COVID-19 Response Fund is dedicated to studying, tracking, and combating the coronavirus pandemic. The BAIL Project is a non-profit that pays bail for people in need, reuniting families and restoring the perception of innocence.
And by donating, you'll have a chance to win codes for games like Resident Evil 3 and swag from companies like Bethesda. Be sure to click the donation links in the description of your video player or go to donate.ign.com for more information on how and where to donate. Keep those donations coming.
For even more Summer of Gaming goodness, download the TikTok app, follow IGN, and check out the Summer of Gaming hashtag on Twitter, where you can watch along with live events, submit your own Summer of Gaming moments, reactions, and plays.
And now, let's get this thing rolling with what you're all here for, some world premiere video game trailers.
World
Yep.
premiere.
That's what I'm here for. Give me some.
You ever wonder how it all ends?
Sorry if it's a little blurry.
Ended with a song.
Slay to the beat. Okay. Looks like Doom. Or Quick something, I can't remember. That looks nuts though. Got some crazy beast stuff starting. Yeah, that it was just like Doom. The heck is that? Outsiders. That was weird. An indie game, okay. Please show us something awesome. What's in gameplays? It's very old-fashioned. I like that. I'm not much into these type of games though. Okay. Seems kind of generic to me, but that's me. Exclusive. Oh, okay, that's really nice. Tripwire presents. Wonder what this is. It's definitely a war game. Very bloody. First person and third person view. Maybe. Looks really awesome. Ooh. Dang.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Ow. Huh? Oh, his head's in. Smashed in. By instance. Massive battles. Burn villages. That's his cold. Ow. Fork to the face. No thank you. I'm good.
Crossplay.
All platforms. I don't know. It looks insane though. Man, there's back to back on this. I like that.
I've been looking forward to this day my entire life. The moment we finally blend our worlds into one.
What is this?
See, they're not exactly people. They're gods.
Looks interesting. I like the style. It was like Clash of Clans. Similar art. It looks really good. I like this. Looks open world. Maybe it's an MMO. Kind of feels like it though. Dragons. Oh, that's cool. Waylanders. The Waylanders. June 16th. Come to Steam Early Access.
Hey Sydney, do you hate dinosaurs? Do you ever want to shoot them in the face with a bazooka but you can't because they're extinct and also you don't own a bazooka? Well, great news, because in Second Extinction, dinos are back and you can shoot them in the face with a bazooka to your heart's content in this co-op action first-person shooter by Systemic Reaction. My friend Max sat down with one of the game's developers to find out more. Did he find out if they kiss? No, but I will.
Brian, you're so weird.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, bad news, everybody. Mutant dinosaurs have overtaken the Earth, and it's up to you and two friends to take them on in Second Extinction. Here to tell them about this new game where you shoot a whole lot of dinosaurs is lead producer Brindley Gibson. Brindley, welcome.
Gameplay.
Max, great to be here.
So, Second Extinction is a three-player cooperative shooter where there are just an absurd amount of dinosaurs running around. You guys unveiled this on the most recent sort of Microsoft Series X sort of live stream, and it's kind of showing off the power of the Series X. Everyone is extremely excited about next gen. Can you talk a little bit about some of the bells and whistles that this game is showing off on the new hardware?
Well, we're not really announcing every single detail of sort of the features we're supporting for the next gen at the moment, but obviously it gives us a lot of power, and our ultimate aim is to ensure a great silky smooth SPS experience and get more carnage onto the screen. And see, our heritage from the Avalanche Studios group is these kind of games with crazy things going on, and that's essentially what it allows us to do, just push that.
All right.
Get more of that action onto the screen for players.
Now, I had to get that out of the way. Everyone always wants to talk about next gen and this time of the console generation. But let's talk about the game. This is a game where mutant dinosaurs have taken over the Earth and humans have to sort of fight to survive. Can you give us a little sort of rundown of how humanity wound up in this horrible situation?
Well,
Oh my
when we
gosh,
join
he blew
the
up.
story, we don't really know exactly what happened. Time has moved on since the actual extinction event occurred, and
me check something
some
real
of
quick,
humanity
just a
has
second.
escaped to the stars. It really came out of nowhere. These dinosaurs erupted out of the ground. It looked like they'd been burrowing, and it was a pretty short battle. They overwhelmed humanity. And that's where we join the story now, is humans are starting to get together and they want to come back to Earth from their orbital space platform and find out, who are these enemies, what do they do, are there other survivors out there? And as we sort of move through the game, because it's going to be a live product, as we sort of grow it, we're going to be adding to that story and revealing more about the dinosaurs, how they came to
There we go.
because it's a pretty unreal concept.
Check and see if I was up.
Because
no one has come.
It's an unreal concept, but it's one that I think most people can get on board with. We've got some of the sort of, these look kind of like velociraptors. We had some of them that were hurling some sort of acid. There were ones with what looked like kind of invisibility camouflage. Can you speak a little bit about the sort of different enemy variety we're going to see?
For sure. I mean, we have this idea of sort of base types of enemies, and they're different species, and then there's sort of mutations that come upon that. So our base raptor here, we wanted him to be recognizably a raptor. As you get close to them, you sort of see there's something off about them. The eyes aren't quite right, there's too many teeth. So that's the kind of like your basic mutant, and they're a kind of horde type enemy. But then there's other sort of spin-offs of the raptors. You mentioned, like the electric raptor.
Whoa.
I guess we took a very loose science approach. They're not fantasy, they're not magical. So we were looking at kind of crazy things in the animal kingdom. There's kind of animals that can do camouflage, there's animals that can deliver electric shocks, and we use those as jumping off points to make our mutants. And then we do have bigger dinosaurs as well, kind of acting as our like specials. We've got a T-Rex. I mean, we have to have a T-Rex in this kind of game, but obviously bigger and badder than your traditional T-Rex that you would see on screen.
Now you're taking some liberties with the sort of the science side of things, which is completely okay because video games are supposed to be fun. Is there any chance we're going to see, traditionally more, more gentle herbivore dinosaurs reimagined as killing machines that we get to take on, or is it just going to be carnivores that we're pumping full of lead?
No, it's all types of dinosaurs, and we're going to be building up that roster of enemies as time goes on. Once we launch the game, we've got some really cool plans. Obviously, dinosaurs as a starting point, they're pretty awesome as it is, and then you're mutating them, and you can go pretty wild. And we have had to sort of rein ourselves back in and go, wow, for later we can go that's going too far straight away. There's a lot we can do with it. And I have to say, these are evil mutant dinosaurs, right? You say even the herbivores are mean. I mean, that was a challenge. Like, how do you make them not cute? How do you make them look really nasty? And yeah, the art team have done, and the animation team, I should say, have done an incredible job.
No kidding. Oh gosh.
Taking something you'll know and love and think, oh, they're so cute. To make
Boom, boom.
That's not cute. That's really not nice. I don't want to come against that. Yeah. So herbivores and carnivores, they're all dangerous in second extinction.
I love it. I would love to continue talking about the dinosaurs, but we should probably also address the humans. Is this class-based? Is everyone kind of kitting out their own character with different loadouts? Can you speak a bit about how that comes together?
Sure.
I like that.
We've got
gun he's
at the
using.
start of the game. We've got these 4 heroes, and they are an international cast, sort of from around the world. We wanted to get across that this was an international conflict. The whole world has gone down. So we have these different characters. Now they sit within different classes, but each character has their own unique abilities as well. So there's sort of class aspects of certain weapons that they can use, class abilities, but then each character will bring its own special ability to the fight. And those classes, are pretty standard fare in regard of there's a support class, there's a kind of generalist weapons class, and there's a heavy type of class as well. But where the real fun is obviously the abilities. That's where we get to layer on something very special into the
That's cool.
And also
What he just
tell
did there.
a bit more about their character, because there's not a lot of storytelling, as in traditional sense, cutscenes, that kind of thing. So we wanted to get across what these people are like in the abilities that they do, and the kind of VO lines that they trigger as well. Now, you do get to load out the characters as well, so it's not all preset, so you get to choose the weapons.
That's so cool to see that.
The kit that you take in, which includes grenades, but also payloads. Because you're up in space, a lot of stuff actually comes down.
Man, there's a lot of blood on that gun.
Here. Things being shot up into space and things being sent back down again. And the payloads can be anything from a resupply to a massive airstrike. So you as your team, you want to choose what's the stuff that we bring in to the game to have a nice spread, so you can sort of work together, cooperate to deal with the dinosaur threat.
I don't like the nasty
There is an
goofy
element
stuff.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. You were telling us.
He looks similar to
I was just going to say there's an element of upgrading the weapons in the game as well. So each weapon has its own upgrade tree, and that's something you can sort of unlock.
That's super cool.
And you research, and then those upgrades allow you to either specialize your weapon or make it more general. We've aimed at making, rather than adding power constantly, we're trying to go for breadth. But it's anything from sort of more exotic things like fire ammunition to a buff to reloading, and we let players sort of reconfigure the weapon. Once they've unlocked the things, they can change.
And you have to be really aware of your
try
environment
things
here.
out for different types of missions.
Right on. Can you speak a little bit about sort of the mission structure? We saw this open up with kind of a drop ship type of thing, and then everyone's sort of running around. Looks like gathering a lot of resources. Can you talk a bit about sort of the different objectives we'll have in the game?
For sure. So the host of the game, they pick where they're going to come in on the map. So the map has these different regions, and there's actually a dynamic element of that that we're going to talk about in the future. But they have these kind of insertion points that sometimes are active, sometimes they aren't, and they can see where the mission is. So they choose where are we going to enter the mission. They might want to do some optional activities on the way, or they might want to get straight into the heart of the mission, get cracking, try and get through it quickly, so they don't run out of supplies. Once they've chosen that, you get the quite cool insertion sequence, down you go, and then depending on the area you've landed in, it might be an area that has supplies, great, you can top up what you've got, or it actually might be straight into the combat and you've got dinosaurs coming at you immediately.
So I'm going to type real quick.
Overwhelming, obviously. You then have your mission, often objectives that you can take out in different orders, the order that you choose to do it in, and there is these optional activities that spawn around the map as well, so players can pick to do those if they want to. Now, once they've finished what's been asked of them for the mission, then they have to extract. And here is a sort of a one-off situation that happens every mission you play. You have to get back out, so you go to one of these extraction points, you call in the dropship, and depending on how bad the area is, the sort of threat level of that area, it depends on how long the dropship's going to take to get to you, and you have to fight off the enemies for as long as possible until the dropship arrives. You can get on board and get back with all your loot and surviving.
Nice. Can you speak a little bit about the scale of the map? Because this is, I mean, it looks huge. Is it the kind of thing where that mountain over there, we could actually go all the way over there?
Yes, so obviously the heritage, Avalon Studios, is all about these open world games. And we're not actually talking about this as an open world game. We're talking about this as a big map game. Because we have units, you know, on their feet, moving around. There's no vehicles in the game apart from the dropship. And we found that actually the best sort of play experience was for a more compressed map. I mean, it's still pretty big, and you can go anywhere you like, as you would expect from this kind of game. But it's not the enormousness of other open world games out there. So yeah, we like to call it a big map game instead.
I like that. That's fair. Can you speak a little bit about when people will get their hands on it? Do you have a release window planned? Any plans for a beta or anything like that?
For sure, yeah. Well, we're not announcing the release.
Oh, that looks awesome.
But it's going to be announced very soon. There is going to be a beta. You can actually sign up to that now on the website, which is secondextinctiongame.com, and there's a war support /war support. You can go there, and there's a cool little referral scheme. So if you get your friends to sign up, you can get some exclusive kits for your characters, exclusive skins, that kind of thing. And yeah, we really want to start engaging with the community now, get a lot of people into the beta, get their feedback, and sort of grow it together with them as time goes on.
Nice. Well, shooting mutant dinosaurs in the face is fun, but it's even more fun with friends. Thank you for talking to me about the dinosaurs. I'm looking forward to hearing more about Second Extinction later this year.
I'm gonna be playing this with my friend Cody. Definitely. Yeah, you see them up close like that. They do look.
Good job, Max. That sounds like you're like my dog or something. You're not my dog, you're my coworker. Anyways, we're right in the middle of IGN Expo #1, part of IGN Summer of Gaming, a cavalcade of video game reveals and deep dives continuing tomorrow and indeed for weeks to come. Coming up after the break, Tom Marks will show us a new game he's been interested in. Then I'll be back to bring you a closer look at Metal Hellsinger, which, as you could probably tell from the badass trailer we just watched, is a rhythm-based shooting game in which you tear ass through hell. That sounds so painful, but it's a really cool game, so stay tuned. And check back tomorrow wherever you stream or on IGN One on your Samsung TV Plus for more IGN Expos and the big Sony State of Play reveal stream. All that and much more right after this. Stay tuned. IGN Summer of Gaming is brought to you by Fuser, who will be partying with us all summer long.
The biggest gaming event of the year is IGN Summer of Gaming, and it's almost here.
Tell
Tune to
people.
IGN throughout June to see the latest
Forgot to do
game
that.
reveals, news, trailers, next-gen coverage, and more. We'll be kicking it off with our first ever IGN Expo, where you'll get first looks at world premiere game trailers, exclusive game demos, and interviews you won't find anywhere else. IGN Summer of Gaming, only on IGN and IGN One on your Samsung TV Plus.
Tired of watching IGN on those tiny cell phones and tablets? Well, IGN is moving to your living rooms. Starting in June, tune into IGN One on your Samsung TV Plus to see all that IGN has to offer, beginning with our exclusive Summer of Gaming event. You'll get first looks at world premiere game trailers, exclusive game demos, and next-gen console coverage that you won't find on any other network, only on IGN1.
The next generation of video gaming is on the horizon, and IGN is here to bring you the latest PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X news and analysis in our new weekly show, Next Gen Console Watch 2020. We'll bring on the experts to discuss and analyze all the latest developments around these new consoles. From frame rates, services, features, peripherals, and even all the new tech jargon, Next Gen Console Watch 2020 will keep you up to speed on everything leading up to the next generation of gaming. Join us every Friday for a new episode.
News, Games, and More is IGN's live news show every day of the week that covers all the day's news about games, movies, comics, and of course more. This is our daily live show that takes a rotating cast of IGN talent going over all the latest news of the day while taking live questions and comments from chat. We're live every Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and you can find us on mixer.com/IGN, youtube.com/IGN, and twitch.tv/IGN. See you there.
Welcome to Check Out This Game on IGN's Summer of Gaming, where we highlight exciting, under-the-radar games worth your attention. This first one asks the wonderfully ridiculous question of what would happen if you took GTA 2's top-down action mayhem and set it during medieval times. Take a look at some exclusive new gameplay from Rustler Grand Theft Horse.
Grand Theft Horse? What? Hilarious how they're speaking. Oh gosh, it's pretty funny. This is weird, man. The top-down action game looks like Rustler, it's called. Jutsu Games. Okay. I knew it was a little late for that, but...
Like what you see? Then head on over to IGN.com or YouTube.com/IGN to watch the full extended version of this gameplay.
Okay.
I'm Sydney Goodman, and I'm so excited for you to be joining us. A little while ago, we premiered the trailer for Metal Hellslinger, and oh my gosh, was it amazing. And here to talk more about this exclusive reveal is none other than David Goldfarb. So, David, let's dive in. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here with us.
I wonder what this game is, too.
So, we just saw your trailer. We just saw your trailer for the very first time. Let's just dive in because that looks like something I have never seen before. So it is a rhythm shooter. Can you tell us about that?
Should I tell you about the origin of it, or should I tell you about the? I mean, like the idea is that I think when I was thinking about it originally, it was something. There's sort of this Zen state that you get into when you're playing rhythm games, and you get into them also with first-person shooters. And then at some point, I was thinking it would be cool if I could do both. And then especially if it had music that I loved involved, I felt like those three things would work, and therefore we wound up improbably making this crazy thing. Yeah. So that,
Yeah.
so that's
So it's a labor of love. It brings the two things that you love together into one.
that is true. Yeah. Oh, you're doing a lot
Second,
of
guys.
just looking at the game now.
So let's start with what exactly are we watching right now? Like, is it a rhythm? I feel like a lot of rhythm games, you choose the song that you want to play and then you play it, right? It's very like stagnant. Can we expect that there's going to be a through line? Is there a story?
Yeah. So it's unlike I think there are games that typically do this, and they are static, as you point out. You have like a static track that you're trying to play against. And we tried that, and it wasn't fun. And we're like a shooter. We've made a lot of shooters internally.
Sorry if you can't see my face right now.
The people at the studio. And so, knowing that, we wound up making a shooter that has these rhythm components, rather than a thing where you're on rails and you're trying to do things to, that essentially like limit your agency as a player. So, for us, it was more important to make it feel like organic and dynamic than it was to have you follow like a static song, and that the music is also a huge part of this. So the music here is dependent on kind of your performance. So like right now you're at 16x, you can see right there. So like the vocals are actually playing. If you drop down, like layers of the music begin to drop out. So like for me, or for a lot of people, like who want to hear the music all the time, you want to, both for scoring purposes and for just like, hear the music that you really dig. You want to keep it at 16. You want to keep the multiplier as high as possible to get all that stuff.
There we go. I sent a link.
Wait, that's such an interesting component, because I feel like I completely agree. You almost are motivated not just to kill the enemies, but also because you want to hear the full track sort of a thing. So let's talk about the scoring a little bit.
This looks really cool.
How does the scoring work exactly?
Like really, really cool.
Well, I mean, right now, this is like a super early build, so actually we had to disable like a whole bunch of scoring stuff, so... but like in principle, like there's a whole bunch of criteria that we're evaluating, like you keeping the beat, like you see right there, using paths to kind of keep the beat up. So everything that you do, every action that you take, like shooting the enemy or you see yourself hitting him on the beat there, killing him on the beat, or any number of other actions. All those things give you score, and the score is multiplied by the thing that you see up there. That's a sort of multiplier, and there are any number of things.
I'm not good at like games like these where you have to have a beat and everything else. I'm not good at that. I'm just good at focusing and shooting. Sorry, hit my mic.
Gotcha. So are you progressing through the level once you hit a certain number? So like we just saw 900,000. So once you pass 900,000, let's just say, does a higher level enemy appear, or are you just trying to get the highest score possible as you go throughout the level?
You're trying to get the highest score for the leaderboards and also to earn souls, which is I probably won't talk about right now. But those things are a point of progression and persistence things give you access.
You electrocuted him, nose.
Whether it's upgrades or other things.
Crazy.
Later in the campaign, and there is. But the thing you asked originally, is there like a story? The answer is yes. So we can talk about that, or I can avoid it.
Yeah, it feels like Doom. It's a musical too.
To tell us about
I guess.
I mean, it takes place
Kind of see it
as we saw in the trailer.
Doom was a musical. That'd be hilarious.
The marketing will kill me if I reveal too much. But what I can say is that you're playing this character, the unknown, and she is the sort of, or she's the one who is
double wielding.
In theory,
that's cool.
The order of the hells, and replace order with chaos. At least that's the sort of broad setup. And there's this ruler that's sort of the Red Judge, who's I don't know if we've seen them, maybe we will later. And they're the antagonist, they're the immovable object to your irresistible force. And so that's kind of like the two of you are sort of opposed to one another, and are eventually going to come into mortal conflict. And so so that's the setup. And you travel through all these different hells, and things will happen, and there is hopefully something like a story that's super metal that people will enjoy along the way.
Okay, so we're like slowly running out of time, and I feel like I have so many questions because this game is so intriguing to me. So let me start with, you stopped yourself from saying antagonist, and I know that a lot of your games in the past, or in a lot of interviews, you've talked about kind of this idea of perspective and offering a player the perspective of what might traditionally be the bad guy. Does this game kind of explore that philosophy?
Yep. I mean, in as much as it can in this context, I think none of the things that I like, I think, are not present. So, just in the way that you're playing this character who looks a certain way and seems to be doing a certain thing, and the enemy that you're fighting looks a certain way and seems to be doing a certain thing. And the Paz the Skull, same thing. All those things, I think, I would hope that my particular things that I care about are also present there. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Most evasive answer. Most evasive answer I could possibly give.
Sorry.
So this question is solely for me, but we have to end the interview really quickly, so I'm going to ask it super fast.
That hurt.
But is the person that we're watching in that, in the footage that we just watched, are they just really good at the game, or does the music tailor to your shooting abilities so that you're on beat?
They are really good.
Got it.
They are
Okay, cool.
exceptionally good.
That's definitely vibing.
Yeah, that person is super good. Like, if you play, probably not going to be that good, and not at the start. In fact, I remember I told the person who was doing it, like, Jesus, all right, well, you're really good. So yeah,
Calm down.
There's definitely, yeah, it's cool though.
Alrighty, well, David, thank you so much for talking to us. Before we go, do you have any information that you can give us on when we can expect to play this game and maybe what platforms it's coming to?
I think we can say that it's coming to PC and next gen and to current gen, and it's coming in 2021.
Thank you so much. We definitely look forward to hearing more about that.
Okay, I'm interested. Gotta say, it looks really cool. Feels like Doom.
Oh, hey, you. Well, now we head from a bullet hell to a concrete jungle. If you're a fan of the Yakuza series, Yakuza Like a Dragon is probably already on your radar.
I am.
And you know what you're in for, which is a densely packed city map full of minigames, organized crime, and ridiculous brawls. In case you're unfamiliar, here's 15 minutes of exclusive first-look gameplay with one of the producers telling us all about the new game. Quick question, though. Will someone get beaten over the head with a bicycle? No, I'm kidding. I already know the answer.
I'm gonna end it right here, guys. I want to do that later. Hope you guys enjoyed this. That was enough. I'll see you guys next time.